The faded shirt at the balcony. To begin this story, let me introduce a bit about myself. I'm Henry, a 25 years old man. Every day, my familiar sounds are received message sounds on my cell phone. Those sounds tell me that I have an order and remind me to process it as soon as possible. Could you guess who I am? I'm a shipper, a food and beverage shipper. I have to wait outside of the restaurants along with lots of my colleagues. I have delivered food to many people around the city day to day. Might be you and your family have seen me once. I always try my best to come to your door as shortly as possible, so that you could have your food, especially your hot food in your mealtime. Y'all might know all the process of this kinda job. After receiving an order, I have to come to the restaurant to pick up your food as soon as possible. And then try to deliver to our customers as soon as possible as well. To keep customers not waiting and not to take overtime, I always take prompt action and move forward in the crowded street, which is full of vehicles and people day by day. Statistically, in fact, 3 shippers got accidents on average, gone forever and unable to return to their home anymore, every day. That proves our job is one of the top dangerous jobs in this society. We face lots of pressure, firstly, our safety while driving, secondly order time, and on top of that customer satisfaction. You know, we have lots of kinds of customers. If they're not happy with us, we would have a low rate point in the app. So we got fewer chances to have an order in the app then. If you're a shipper, you have to hear some sorta complaints from time to time. Could you hurry and come here? Why you take this long? Or sometimes, there is delivery rejection. People ordered and then didn't show up and pick up their food. So the shipper has to make up for those orders, or we have to wait a very long time for them to come to pick up their food. Talk about our salary. Shippers' monthly income depends on our health and the weather as well. Anyways, I'm swamped on the street the whole day from the early morning to very late at night daily. Every night, after a busy working day, I'm often too exhausted to step to the stair. I live in a cheap single room in a shared house, just $150 a month. There are 2 more people in the house, but I rarely see them because of my job's timeline. Ironically, I'm the one who brings food to a bunch of people to have in time, but I'm the last one to have the meal. So my life keeps going on like that. After dinner, I always have a cigarette to release my stress. There is a fire alarm in the house. When there is smoke, the alarm will ring, so I have to smoke out at the balcony. Anyhow, I enjoy the time smoking on the balcony. It really helps me to release all the stress throughout my tough day. That time I could relax and be grateful for being alive and safe and standing there, having a cigarette. Some of you might ask, why I stick with this risky job. That is because I could make money and I think it's more a lot than your income. With my youth, I could try my best to make as much as money I could, so that's all fine. Every time I smoke at the balcony and look into the dark space ahead, I think about my future, what I would do with my money. I might be too talkative about my stuff, don't you think? All of that is leading to the story today. That day, I washed my uniform but forgot to hang it. And as a result of that, I woke up in the morning and had no uniform to wear. Our company's rule is heavily penalized to people who don't wear the uniform during their shift. I was very panicking, then shed light when seeing a shirt at the balcony, which was also from our company. I had no ideas whose that shirt. The other 2 shared house with me weren't shipper. I guess that might be from a former renter here. I quickly came out and took the shirt. The shirt looked old and faded already due to being on the balcony for a long time, I thought, but it fits me well. After wearing the shirt, I stepped downstairs but always felt that there was someone behind me. I turned around but saw no one. I thought I was overreacted because I didn't sleep well the night before. When being at the shipper checkpoint, Lucas, one of my colleagues, teased me up and asked me where I could take that old shirt. My colleagues teased me when seeing me wear that old shirt. So I had to explain to them that it was because of my carelessness. I have not hung my shirt the night before, and I had to borrow that one, which was not my shirt. At that moment, my phone rang, and there was an order. I went to the restaurant to pick up the food then. That was a fast food restaurant, and there was a glass door at the entrance. When stepping by the glass door, I looked at myself through the glass door just like the rest of you. Out of the blue, I saw someone behind me. Someone was covering with blood on his head and face. I startled and screamed aloud, then stepped back instantly, but there was no one behind me. I looked at the glass door one again, but just me in the mirror. My scream was too loud to attract all of the customers in the restaurant to me. I couldn't tell you how much I was embarrassed back then. The restaurant owner brought me the order and asked what happened to me earlier. I didn't want to take time with him. I just simply replied that I was okay and hurriedly picked up the food and left. When I stepped outside, through the glass door, I unconsciously looked at the glass door one last time to ensure nothing behind me or all I had seen earlier was my hallucination. That day was not my good day at all. It might be I had a terrible mood, or my bad luck came to me. When I was on the street, the car right in front of me slammed the brake all of a sudden. At that moment, I nearly ran into him. Fortunately, I have managed to apply a brake to my motorcycle instantly. But as a result of that, the car behind me nearly ran into me as well. The car's owner behind me came out and showered me with his scolds. In that dangerous situation, his reaction was understandable. Until the car passed by me, I still heard his voice, "Do you want to die, kiddo?" But I used to that kind of situation. I have experienced that many times already, so I just let it slide. Still such a lucky guy. I continued to deliver the order. I drove by 2 more crossroads. I was stuck in another traffic light. The app kept reminding me my delivery time was nearly up. Hence, I decided to pass over the traffic light even it was yellow. Suddenly, a small truck from the other direction wanted to pass the yellow light like me. As a result of that, the small truck hit my motorcycle in the middle of the road. That was too late for me to react. I got hit by the truck. The truck was coming very fast. It crushed my motorcycle. My body had been stuck under the chassis. I froze at that moment. All I could do was opening my eyes out to see the truck rolled me out. I thought I would be ground by the truck, so I closed my eyes up and wait for the Grim Reaper to come to pick me up. Then I got started up. I felt someone was pulling me out of the chassis. But it was very dark under the chassis, so I could not clearly see who he was. But I could see his shape, and after pulling everything together, I thought that was the man I saw after me at the fast food restaurant's glass door. The man disappeared right after pulling me out of the truck. I lay there, both frightened and embarrassed. I could hear the crowd around me gathering and discussing my accident. They asked each other to check me out and talked about my destiny. Such a brutal world. I tried to open my eyes to see if my lifesaver was still in the crowd. But there was no him there. There was only the buzzing around about how dangerous I have been, why I took that hurry or being a shipper, but how carelessness I was. Some nice guys came and lifted me. Fortunately, I could stand up straight. They reminded me to be more careful next time and how my family would feel if something terrible happened to me. After then, to be sure about my health, I came to the hospital to check up. Fortunately, there was nothing serious to me. There were just bruises and scratches on my body. When I was home, I realized that those weird stuff that day had come to me because of the shirt I was wearing. The more I thought about what happened, the more curious I was. I wanted to know who was the shirt's owner. What happened to him? Was he alive or died already? Why could I only see him that day when I wore that shirt? I better asked one of the renters in the house, so I came to see the guy next to my room, right after he came out to go to the bathroom. I said hi to him and started the conversation. I asked about the shirt at the balcony, who was its owner. As I guessed, that was from a former room renter here. He lived in the house and a shipper like me. I curiously asked the reason he moved out and why he didn't take the shirt with him. But the answer got me trembles, how a dead man could bring his stuff along. The next door guy spitted everything out calmly and cold-bloodedly. It might be that unfortunate stuff came to a stranger, so people usually accept that very easily. I asked after the dead's cause. And the answer was he died for no reason. People saw him died in his delivery foodway. To be honest, that was not the first time I heard about those kinda cases. But I have no ideas why I still got sad and feel bad for that guy. The more I think, the more confused I got. I have no ideas why he helped me out back then. He might be didn't want me to die young as same as him, or this whole thing was just my hallucination. And then, my life just kept going as it is before the accident. I still receive orders from my cell phone and come to the restaurants to pick up food, drive in the street the whole day. Everyone wants to have a better life, and so am I. I have to take this job and make as much money as I can. I still keep my smoking habit at the balcony after dinner, but after the accident, I fire another cigarette and put it next to me, for my unlucky colleague who used to live in the house. I had washed his old shirt as well and hung it out at the balcony as before. And that is my story. You might hear this story while I'm delivering food to your place. I hope after hearing this story, one day, because of the rush hours or red lights on my way, I come to your place a bit late, you wouldn't blame me. Smile at me and go on easy on me. There is nothing easy in this life.